Welcome to Breaking the Chains, the Master Plan, Part 2. I am your host, Andrea Copeland. On today's show, we are going to continue with talking about the Hegelian dialectic. Those of you who watched our most recent segment know that we introduced to you the Hegelian dialectic and how politics and all plays into that. We will also be discussing the midterm elections on the show and how it fits into the Hegelian dialectic. And as always, on Breaking the Chains, we have Dr. Bates and Dr. Baith joining us. Gentlemen, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Before we go on to talk further about the Hegelian dialectic, some of the comments from the last show was, okay, I'm trying to understand the Hegelian dialectic. It all sounded very interesting, but it was just a little over my head. And while there are some who grasped it immediately, there are some who struggled with comprehending what it actually meant. And on this program, on this segment, we're going to discuss midterm elections and how some things fit into the Hegelian dialectic. So our viewers can follow us a lot better. Dr. Bates, explain to us again, a little more simply, what exactly the Hegelian dialectic is.
Well, on the last segment, if I remember, I used as one of the examples to help describe the Hegelian dialectic, the game of chess, where you have two opponents, you have black pieces, you have white pieces, and in chess, anyone who plays chess knows that there's strategy involved, there's a destination, a plan of action, a process. And one who wins the game is the one who can actually outplay not only the opponent, but actually use the opponent's strategy against them. And so in the game of chess, we can find an example of how the Hegelian dialectic works, especially in light of the fact that if you have control of both pieces, then you can manipulate those pieces to attain a certain end. Mm-hmm. And so that would probably be a starting point in our understanding of what the Hegelian dialectic is. If you believe that there is a group that has absolute power and resources over the affairs of this world, then they can start skirmishes, they can start wars, they can manufacture wars, they can manipulate, control both sides, and achieve a certain end. And so again, in a very simple form, if you can grasp that understanding of which, as you know, many people really don't believe that there is a group of individuals that has power over the affairs of this world.
Well, now that's what I was going to ask. So you're saying that there's a group somewhere that does have absolute power. And I know there's some people watching thinking, no, that's impossible. One person or one group. How do they get the power? Well, let's talk about that. How do they get the power? Who gives them the power? Where are they getting the power from?
Well, allow me to stay within the parameters of who I am. I am a pastor, and so I am one who proclaims Scripture. Mm-hmm. We know through Scripture that there is a prince of the power of the air, who is Satan. We know that based on Scripture, he was given dominion over the earth because of the Adamic fall. We do know that he controls the various resources of the earth as a result of that dominion.
God is allowing him to.
Yes,
right.
but we're talking about he does now because of, again, what I just stated earlier. So we can use that from even a scriptural standpoint, recognizing the fact that he is, the God of this world. And so the world systems are under his control, and he manipulates those systems to his designed end. Okay.
So are you saying that those that have absolute power, are they under the control of the enemy?
Yes.
Of Satan and don't know it?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe they know it.
They know it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It's maybe those who are under them who may not be aware that they are actually agents and tools. But at the very top, they are very aware of of who they are and who they serve.
And so those with absolute power and resources are not necessarily using them for the good to benefit all mankind.
No.
No.